Hey everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the QBD Hardcore Iron Man Challenge. Basically, what this challenge is a competition between me and a ton of other content creators on who can kill the Queen Black Dragon in the least amount of hours played. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First things first though, if you guys have not watched the previous video where I introduced it, here's the gist of it. You have to go to the QBD as fast as possible within the quickest amount of time played, but here are some caveats. 1. You cannot use an anti-fire shield. That is going to be a huge risk to any kill, meaning you can't just swap for the shield whenever you get the extremely hot fire on P4, or you can't just tank the firewalls with anti-fire plus shield whenever you want. So that's gonna be pretty interesting to see. Second thing is no XP DNDs. Like, you cannot do Nemi Force, you cannot do God Stats, you cannot do anything like that. Those are completely off limits for this challenge. Number 3, you cannot group up. So basically, cannot do Elite Dungeon 1 token farming and stuff like that. Those are also completely off limits. So with all that laid out, let's get right into the heat of things. Well, literally. So we made our account and already, okay, this interface doesn't look all that good. Let's go change it. But first, before that, we need to go get our bond. So we're gonna go transfer over a bond from our main, and then we are ready to go. Alright, let's go. So right before anything, I decided to change the interface and my keybinds immediately. Although changing the interface was probably not a good idea because the tutorial is not very nice to me, and it just completely wiped away everything. Well, that's not very fun at all. Okay, thanks game. Either way, since I have not seen the new tutorial at all, I had no idea what I was doing, so I was bumbling around like an absolute fool. And then I just learned of the option to completely skip it, and I was like, yeah, I know my RuneScape, I'm just gonna skip it. May as well, you know. The first thing I did after skipping the tutorial is go straight to Nexus, because I was like, okay, since the first thing I need is like prayer, I want to get to like 40 prayer immediately. And then I realized, wait, I can do quests and such, and I realized that the blood pack was literally right there next to the Nexus. So I made a beeline towards there to grab my first weapons, which would be great for training initially for any style. I'm gonna be using magic first. So yeah, that's where I start off with. After I do the Blood Pact and the Restless Ghost, which are basically like new player quest 101, alongside other things like waterfall quests and the like, I decided to go finish the day off by training at the Trolls in Burthorpe. And these Trolls are, man, these are extremely fast XP. I don't understand how they're like faster than any other like low level monster in the game, but they are, and you can easily grind up to 30 defense and magic or whatever combat style you want very, very quickly. So yeah, that's interesting. And that marks out the end of day 1. Day 2 of the QBD hardcore race, and let's go do some more quests. Let him eat pie. This is like the first quest I did when I came back to the game in 2012. It's a very disgusting quest. I don't know who had this sense of humor that Jagus did, but I don't know, dude. It's just weird. While we're multitasking between multiple quests, I decided to do Violet is Blue in the middle of Wolf Whistle, because you need to go up to the mountain to go grab something in the quest, and the portal's right there, so I may as well do it because it's self-contained. But Violet is Blue is actually a pretty good quest. I really, really like it overall. And what's funny is that Violet is voiced by Ma Days' daughter, which I always found very, very charming. There we go. If they ever do 120 summoning, please let us summon the giant Wolpertinger, because that would be amazing. Make that 120 reward. That would be awesome, you know. Alright, Druid Ritual. I don't remember how different this was compared to the original one, personally speaking, but hey, it's a new quest and it's not terribly annoying, so it's okay. Cook's Assistant. This is like the one quest that you, back in the day, you had to get just normal ingredients, and you can just grab them and then just easy quest done in 5 seconds. Now you actually have to grab like premium versions of the items, and while it does get you out exploring, it also takes a bit longer, unfortunately. So, and it's okay. It's no big deal. Ernest the Chicken was my most hated quest back when I was in free to play, especially the maze down in the basement. That is awful, and I still do not understand how it works. Maybe I should figure it out, but I'm too lazy nowadays. Oh well. The rest of the quest is fine though. Vampire Slayer, man, I remember back in pre-OC where this is quite something, but now he's just a joke. You can just walk him, but then again, he desyncs so much, so you can't really walk him all that well. So just hit him, and Bob's your uncle. Stolen Hearts and Diamond in the Rough replace Prince Oli Rescue, and it's not as cryptic, but it also delivers a lot more of a tighter experience in my opinion, and I think this is a definite step up over Prince Oli Rescue. Although they didn't really do much with Ozan or any of the signature heroes, I don't know what Jagex was really thinking with them. Or rather, they just didn't really do much with them overall. A shame. Also, during this quest, I had some weird interruptions with the cutscenes that forced me to go back. Like, one time during the Diamond in the Rough quest, I thought I left Ozan behind, but it turns out I just had to go back to the original place to continue the quest. So, yeah, that was fun. I don't know. Demon Slayer. The new Demon Slayer has been considered pretty bad compared to the old one, and not gonna lie, contrary to like the previous reworks, I kind of agree. Although this one isn't that bad. I don't really understand like the overall negative reception this thing got, but whatever. Rune Mysteries and Memories is kind of retconning a bit, so like rune crafting is like a known quantity instead of you discovering it, but it's okay, I guess. I don't know. The only thing I really don't like about it is like one of the parts in the quest where you have to drag one of the vortexes into Ariane's area, and that is not fun. I remember on release it took me a long time. Sucks. M-Catcher. The reworked M-Catcher is simply disgusting. Just like Let 'em Eat Pie. Seriously. Jagex, please stop these disgusting quests. These are just no. Please don't. Stop. Get help. Slipped Away was like this Halloween event, I think. It was like a quest that was released with Halloween. I don't remember if it's like a event by itself, but either way, it's a charming enough quest. I remember being stuck at the end, but that was because I was dumb, so now it's not too bad. Song from the Depths is gonna be early one, so I can get some easy combat XP and to get the head start on the damage reduction at QBD. It's a decent quest. It's also straightforward. There's a lot of like just like the general like novice quest design that you see in early game, but it works. It's fine. Maryland's Crystal is huge because this gives off like a ton of quest points, and it's massive, like 6 quest points just for a pretty easy quest that you can just do right when you can say go. You just shatter the thing here, and bam, 6 quest points. That's gonna be huge for the plans later on. So now it's time to do Dragon Slayer, but in order to do Dragon Slayer, I'm gonna have to go get some crafting levels for that unfired bowl. So let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's first pick up some flax, and then go spin that for 5 crafting. Now we can do Gunnard's Ground. After that quest, which is a replacement for Romeo Juliet, which is, I think, better, because it's just better suited for RuneScape as an environment, and not so much of like a ripoff of the actual Shakespearean play. Now we can proceed onwards to Dragon Slayer. Now the actual quest itself isn't really much to write home about anymore, although back when I first did it, it was mind-blowing because it's like an actual epic quest, so to speak, but you know. Elvark though, oh my goodness, Elvark is quite tanky. So here's the first mistake I made. First off, I used magic instead of melee. You're actually supposed to use melee here because if you use magic, you will splash so much more. Even range isn't as good. If you use melee though, it's like literally you're better off using melee with like tier 20s compared to what I'm using right now of tier 30s. It's like it took me so long to beat Elvark here. It's like 8 minutes, and what you're seeing here is like sped up. It's like, oh goodness, I don't know. But there we go. Elvark is dead. Now we claimed everything here. But to prepare for Elvark, I had to get some money, and that's where the Stronghold of Security and the quest point shop came in handy as well. And I completely forgot about this until the Twitch chat told me about it. But I was originally gonna get money from the Stronghold of Security and Player Security, but then after like a lot of questing, I realized that you could get the dice from the quest shop as a reward, and you get that, and then you get instantly 250k from them, which is, yeah, that's quite the cash infusion. I like that. And then we buy this stuff, and then yeah, that marks that end of day 2. Day 3, and now we're gonna continue to do even more quests. I need to get that Vanquish item from the weapon. After I was reminded of the dice, or the day prior rather, I decided to just go beeline straight to Vanquish, the tier 75 weapon from 150 quest points, assuming you pour everything into the gear part of the shop. So let's do some more quests. First up the list is Waterfall Quest. Now this is like the one quest that every new count that is experienced will do, because it gives such a huge jump to your melee stats. It's insanity. Now I'm on the way to Trino Village, but then I realized Fight Arena's there, so may as well knock that out of the way too. I kind of forgot how to save spot at first, so I was kind of like just running away kiting until one of the bosses got stuck, and I was like, yeah, now you're mine. And then we do Trino Village. Pretty simple when you use a guide, and this dude just goes down with no sweat. Didn't even need food, but these wolves, they can probably wreck me pretty badly. Let's get out of here. Holy Grail, this thing will be a massive jump as well, because this will give me a lot of prayer XP, which will save time by giving me quest points and skipping a lot of the Nexus grind, which I'll need to do later on for 40 prayer for protective missiles. That will be very good. Death Plateau, the supply runs after that. Those will be done for summoning XP, so I can also skip the early grind. Since this is like fixed XP, it's best if I do it now rather than later. I'm gonna start Pirate's Treasure. I started like day 2 to save time when I was in Port Sarim, but now let's do it for real. Dig here, and there. Quest done. Witch's House. Witch's House is quite the quest, I would say. It's very simplistic stealth in massive quotations there, but other than that, it's nothing too fancy. Just go in, kill the dudes, also walk them, and there you go. Next up, Priest and Pearl, the start of an epic quest line in Mauritania. It's funny how you start off being tricked right here, and then you have to clean up the mess afterwards. It's like, nice job breaking it, hero. You did good there. Oh well. What I should have done before doing Priest and Pearl was do a Soulsbane, because actually, even though this is an old quest, this uses like the same modern novice quest design that Jagex used, by making it a lot more instant and giving you all the tools in there right from the start. So I should have done it earlier, but oh well. Legitimately thought I was gonna get killed at the final boss against Tona, but we pulled through amidst everything, and yeah, happy ending still. We're not dead just yet. Okay, so Sheep Herder is very funny, because like, if you guys remember Mod Dean back in 2013 to 2015, I believe, he streamed this quest, and he got so angry with it, he demanded to rewrite the code and make it much more bearable, because it was like a mess of programming at first. So I was wondering to myself why Sheep Herder was much easier than I remembered, but then I realized, yeah, Maudine has so much trouble to the point where he decided, like, no, this is unacceptable. Just tear it down and rebuild it from the ground up and make it much more bearable. So here we are. It's quite the. That also gives a ton of quest points. This is gonna be great for the trek to Vanquish. A Shadow over Ashdale actually gave me a big spook, because there's also a stealth section there, and I got popped by one of the sentries. Thankfully, it's a safe death, so I'm happy here. But I was not gonna risk it for the rest of it, so I took my time here. And against the boss, I kind of saved up because what happens if I die against that? I didn't want to find out the hard way. So, boom. Impressing a local was originally like a mini quest, but now it was like turned to a full-fledged quest. I don't understand the reasoning behind that, but whatever. This is an easy quest point here. Just talk to a few people here and there we go. Easy. Myths of the Whitelands was also like similar vein to Swept Away. It was like a Christmas update, but then it just turned into like a quest itself. I really like that. But it's pretty funny that at the end, the treasure is literally just Yeti dung. Man, I don't know, dude. Devil Chivalry, the final quest of day 3, and I actually really like this quest back then, and it still holds up to this day. I don't know what happened here, but Fern is a tank. Fern is like absolutely will tank all of your hits like nobody's business. So fortunately, you have the power of walking on your side, so you can take no damage while Sir Owen just wonders what are you even doing. And then Dawn appears, and then and then you splash again. Although I swear, I think you splash less on Dawn, thankfully. But you know, that's not fun. That wraps up this episode of the QBD Hardcore Iron Man Challenge. Thanks everyone for watching. If you like what you see, please let me know in the comments, because I'm really having fun with this challenge, and having a hardcore Iron Man like for real is quite the experience. And maybe, who knows, maybe after this challenge I'll go build it up back to like an end game or something like that, just for fun on stream. Who knows, we'll see how things go. But let me know how you feel about this episode and what you want to see me do in the future. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.